Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Let's look at the next question. Can you please tell us what are the prophecies of Ibn Arabi about the end of times wars? Well, remember, who is Ibn Arabi? He is a renowned Sufi mystic and philosopher who offered profound insights into Islamic eschatology, particularly regarding the end times, that in Arabic is called Akhir al-Zaman. His writings, especially in Futuhat al-Makkiyah, the Meccan revelations, provide a mystical and symbolic interpretation of these events. I want to share with you some of the details about his prophecies related to end times and wars. First of all, he talks about Al-Mahdi, the guided one. And he says that, rather I should say, he discusses the emergence of the Mahdi as a central figure in the end times who would restore justice and righteousness. He described the Mahdi as a spiritual leader who would unify the Muslim community and lead them through a period of tribulation. The Mahdi's role is often portrayed as both spiritual and temporal, guiding humanity towards a deeper understanding of divine truth. Next, he talks about the Dajjal. In English, you know him by the name of the Antichrist, the false Messiah. Ibn Arabi described the Dajjal as a deceptive figure who would lead people astray through materialism and falsehood. His emergence would be a major sign of end time. And then Dajjal's arrival would test the faith of believers, separating those who are spiritually steadfast from those that are easily deceived by worldly illusion. Then Ibn Arabi talks about the return of Isa alayhi salam, or the return of Jesus. And he calls it second coming, because as we all know, Isa alayhi salam was never crucified, nor was he killed. According to Quran, Allah says that neither they killed him nor they crucified him. Rather, he was lifted up in the heavens, and he was lifted up alive only to return back. So according to Ibn Arabi, Jesus would return to defeat the Dajjal and support the Mahdi in establishing justice. This event symbolizes the victory of truth and divine guidance over falsehood. And Isa alayhi salam's return is seen as a moment of spiritual convergence, bringing together different religious communities under a unified divine truth, Islam. Ibn Arabi often interpreted the wars and conflicts of the end times symbolically, viewing them as spiritual battles between the forces of light, which are truth and guidance, and darkness, which springs from ignorance and falsehood. Do not mistake Ibn Arabi that if you understand this as if he's denying that these wars will be physical. He's not denying that. He's talking about these problems of end times where the wars will take place as though spiritual battles between the forces of light and darkness. Those who are spiritually dark will be with the Dajjal, will be with the falsehood, and those who are with the truth and are guided are behind Isa alayhi salam. So that's why he looks at it at a different level. And then he emphasizes the importance of internal struggle, which is jihad and nafs, as a very key component of the larger eschatological narrative. This inner battle against one's own ego and desires is seen as a reflection of the cosmic battle between good and evil. When Shaitan refused to bow down to Adam, it was his ego and it was his desires that took over. And then, same way, when people sin and choose wrong things over the right thing, that itself is showing that they are following their desires rather than following the truth. So that's why Ibn Arabi spoke about these widespread trials and tribulations that would precede the final events. And these include moral decay, loss of spiritual values, and the rise of injustice and oppression. Similarly, he detailed various signs leading up to the end times, such as natural disasters, spread of corruption, etc. And then Ibn Arabi described the end times as a period of cosmic renewal, where the current order would be dissolved, leading to the day of judgment. And this event signifies the ultimate accountability of all beings before God. The end times are also portrayed as an opportunity for spiritual awakening and realization of divine truth. And unlike more literal interpretations of eschatological events, Ibn Arabi's approach is deeply mystical, focusing on the spiritual dimensions of these occurrences. He viewed the end times as a profound transformation of both the outer world and the inner spiritual realities of individuals. So as you can see, Ibn Arabi talked about all of those concepts that you are familiar with. He just put them together in his work. He didn't give any prophecies out from his own self. Rather, he commented or did his commentary on things that we learn through Quran and Hadith. He gave it a spiritual touch, and he emphasized that a man must work on spiritual levels. And then we need to understand that Ibn Arabi's writings often emphasize the symbolic aspects of events, focusing on the spiritual transformation of individuals and societies rather than literal physical conflicts. If you call them prophecies about the end times, they are deeply rooted in Islamic mysticism and should be understood in the context of his broader metaphysical and spiritual teachings. Remember, Ibn Arabi did not specifically describe a final war in the modern sense. He had elaborated on the spiritual and cosmic battles between forces of good and evil. And that's exactly what it is. The Dajjal, who will be evil inside out, will be put to an end by Jesus, by Isa alayhi salam, through the light of guidance. And the truth will overcome the falsehood. And that is how it is to happen. Now, some people have took Ibn Arabi's work and have interpreted. So it's very important to note that much of what is attributed to him regarding prophecies, including anything about a final war, is often derived from later interpretations or speculative readings of his work. So Ibn Arabi's prophecies about the end times are deeply symbolic, focusing on the spiritual struggle between the truth and falsehood. Key figures like Mahdi, Dajjal, and Jesus play significant roles in his narrative, representing the forces of divine guidance and deception. The wars and conflicts are not just physical. They are physical, but not just physical. To Ibn Arabi, he says these are also spiritual, emphasizing the internal battle for faith and righteousness. His eschatological vision invites believers to prepare for these times through inner purification and alignment with divine truth. Another question that came along with this question that we will not address in this video, but in the next one: did Ibn Arabi talked about species out of this planet Earth in the universe? Did he talk about parallel verses, maybe multiverses, multi-dimensions? Does he talks about any encounters of this nature? Well, for that you may have to wait. Inshallah, we'll talk about it next time. And again, I want to hear from you if you are interested in this kind of work on our channel, because we receive so many questions on daily basis. We have to prioritize these questions so that we do not lose the series that we are working on, and at the same time we are addressing different aspects of the questions coming our way. Till next time, Assalamu alaikum. And my special thanks to those people who were with me on TikTok, and because of the ban on TikTok in US, that we do not know how TikTok will look like Monday, if it will be completely banned or it will be banned to eventually be taken off. Anyway, thank you for those people who followed me on TikTok, listened to me on TikTok, and have now joined me on my request on this channel so that we can continue to learn and grow. I need your support to grow, so please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. And I want you to put your concerns, questions in the comment section below. Thank you very much.